This time on Documentify TV, you're looking at nearly 5,200 carved holes running for almost a mile across a desert ridge in Peru's Pisco Valley. For almost a century, nobody could explain why they're arranged with such mathematical precision. Today, new research finally gives us a grounded explanation, and it turns out to be far more organized, human, and practical than anything imagined. The band of holes, also called Monte Sierpe, wasn't properly studied until the 1930s. It stretches 1.5 kilometers, about 0.9 miles, across the ridge. Each pit is almost identical, about 3 to 6 feet wide and 1 to 3 feet deep, arranged in strictly defined columns and blocks. But drone mapping changed everything. Modern surveys show the ridge is divided into about 60 distinct segments, separated by walkways. Some blocks contain 9 rows of 8 holes. Others alternate between 7 and 8. Those patterns don't happen in nature, and they don't match farming, defense, mining, or burials. And some holes were even lined with stone, showing they were meant to last. So who made them? Radiocarbon dating from charcoal in one pit dates to AD 1320 to 1405, before the Inca arrived. That places the early construction with the Chincha kingdom, a coastal trading power. Monte Sierpe sits in the Chalpiyunga, a transition zone between the coast and the Andes. This was a natural crossroads where coastal merchants carrying maize, fish, or cotton met highland herders with potatoes and camelid fiber. Inside several pits, researchers found maize pollen, squash starch, and plants traces from woven baskets, materials that do not grow on the ridge. This means people were placing goods inside the holes, containerized and ready for exchange. So the first stage becomes clear. Monte Sierpe started as a standardized barter marketplace, a physical meeting point where goods were brought, counted, and exchanged in the open. Then came the Inca. Surface pottery shows both Chincha style and Inca style ceramics, proof of a transitional period after the Inca conquest. Researchers believe the Inca repurposed the site into something more structured, a state-level accounting system. The segmentation of the ridge mirrors the logic of the Inca kee-poo, the knotted string ledger used to track tribute, labor, and census data. One kee-poo found nearby even uses the same pattern of grouped units and alternating counts. Monte Sierpe may have been a landslide kee-poo, an enormous public ledger where tribute obligations could be recorded, verified, and audited at a glance. Think of it as an indigenous social technology, a way to run a complex economy without writing, but with absolute clarity. What makes Monte Sierpe so remarkable is that it isn't a temple or a palace or a battlefield. It's a record of everyday life, exchange, obligation, cooperation. A 1.5 kilometer ledger carved into the landscape, built by people solving the same problems we face today. How to trade fairly, how to count honestly, and how to keep track of what matters. If you want to keep exploring archaeology, check out the Osiris shaft, why it was meant to be flooded. It's recommended on this end screen right here. That's it for today's video, folks. See you next time, right here on Documentify TV.